Working on trucks in Dark War Survival can be really struggling, especially with all the amount of heroes that's available into the game and the different mechanisms that get implemented in new season. Today I'm gonna take you through a complete beginner guide on how to be working around building new trucks for which purpose, if it's for PvP purpose or for PvE. So let's just dive into it. So when it comes to building trucks, it can be around the part with which purpose you want to be having this truck for. We all know that we're having 3 trucks. If you're free to play, if you're pay to play, then you can be having the 4th one. The first one is mainly going to be the main truck that we're using for. It's for any kind of purpose to be using it. For this one, we're mainly using it for PvP purposes along with PvE. Are you looking for a cheap and safe place to get rupees? With lootball.gg, you can get a discount in mini games like Dark War, Pokemon, Kingshot, and many more. They've got a VIP program which gives you cash coupons to use and more barkeys, and it's many more offers available for different games. It's trusted by many players around the world, cheaper, safer, and faster. You get a 10% discount being a first-time user, so it can be combined between this one, but there is of course some tweaks that we can actually do for it. We're starting with the first thing in the seasons, or when you're starting the game in general, how to be working around building it. From the beginning, we're going to be having multiple heroes. For the legendary ones, it's not really going to be a lot in the start, since they are connected to the seasons. The first season going to be having a total of 4 legendary heroes. We're having Guy, gonna be the first one and the free one that you can actually get. And then we're having the other 3 going to be Tristan, Quen, and Megan. There is another one going to be the 4th one, gonna be Catherine and Rex, but this one you need to be actually buying them. So, for the first season and how to be building it, gonna be for personally, I'll say it's better to be actually, when it comes to the PvP part, to be focusing on using trucks with the fighter element or the fighter affinity. And the reason for this part, because we're already starting with a legendary one, going to be Guy, and he's really good one to be using in the beginning, especially when it comes to the adventure. He's really good with the skills for this main purpose in these dungeons. And then for the next one going to be which heroes to be using a lot with them. For that part, I will say that it's better to actually combine between the fighters and the riders. The first truck I actually been using myself, it was Guy, Eddie, and then I had as well Victor. And the reason for him, well, for Victor can be combined between the PvP and the PvE. But it's depending on which time you're going to be using this one. If it's a PvP for the capital clash, then he can be helping to be making the march faster. But if it's other type of PvP, then he's not a good option. So he's one I have used. Well, of course, if you don't want to be using him, then you can be replacing him with Cecilia or Scarletess, which is really massive damage dealer when it comes to the rider elements or affinity. Then for the next one going to be, we're having Guy, Eddie, Scarlet, or Victor, depends on the time. And then we're going to be having as well Parnet. And then we can be switching to Farhad, but it's totally completely optional which one to be going for. For the start, I will say you can be using this one as a start for the PvP part, because when it comes to PvP, we'll need to check the skills. We want to be having the 3rd skill actually going to be giving some type of bonus to the hero. If we check for Victor, his 3rd skill is actually going for the energy cost and the march speed. So it's not really helping when it comes to the PvP. So that's why I mentioned that when starting, I'm putting him in the PvP part, then it's only going to be for the purpose to be making the march faster, as he will be making it faster with a percentage. So for him, I'll say it's better to actually put him as a second option. So this was for the season 1. Season 2, when it comes, will be coming with different heroes. Gonna be for the start, known to be Franks. The next one going to be as well, gonna be Evans. I'm not really 100% sure about him if he was in season 1 or season 2. Well, let me know in the comments if you know. But then we're having this one, Mercia, and as well, yeah, I think actually it is these 3, Evans, Franks, and we're having Mercia. Yeah, I think so. Well, anyway, when the new season comes and brings new heroes, actually it's highly recommended to be trying your best to be getting the new heroes, because it's mainly gonna be the season turned around them. Like for this season I'm in right now, there is 3 heroes have got added. We're having Lucas, Rosa, and we're having Wolfgang and Nova. For their skills, you'll see that the normal attack damage taken by the troop lead is reduced. And the same for the others. Gonna be having some type of things that will be affecting the troops. And the reason for that part, it's good to be actually using them, because if we check for the season I'm in right now, I think it's year 3. It's going to be the jungle. We're having new type of monsters. And here it's all counting on your marsh. That's why I said it's when it's a new hero coming into the season to be using them, because they are having purpose that will be actually helping you in the current season. For the previous seasons, we can check the others too. We're having Mercia, we're having Franks as an example, is helped with the part of increasing the damage dealt by the fighter for both the heroes and the troops. And in that current season, it was the tiles that we needed to capture. So it's really good to be working with this ball. So this is an important thing that you actually need to be knowing when it comes to new heroes and a new season, to be trying to get him as quick as possible. And yeah, for you who's free to play, you can actually get him from the lucky chest. Most often, all heroes that comes into the new seasons, they get added into the lucky chest, and you can be using rubies to be getting them. So it's really good way to be getting them. It's only this season that they haven't been added, which I'm extremely bad for. Well, anyway, back to the heroes. So now you talked about the part with the PvP. To be keeping updated to each season, use the heroes that will be available in the new seasons, where you can be actually competing when it comes to regression or the progression into the season rank. So the PvE here will be having bit of, let's say, a lot of things need to be considering it. If we go for the adventure, it's back to the shelter, go to the adventure. Over here we can see that this one will be really good to be keep progressing into it. Look into the amount of rewards we'll get from it. It's including legendary gears or orange gears, epic, as well as coins and amount of speed ups. Along with that, when it comes to the new season, then we're having some type of settlement reward in this spot. So it's good to be actually working around it. And here it's not really all kind of heroes is suitable to be used in the adventure. And to know that part, which one is useful for this one, we go back to heroes, and then guy gonna be the main one that all the time gonna be remaining in a team that you're gonna be using in the adventure. The reason for that part, because his skills is really good and helping out in the part of, let's say, AoE damage. And at the same time, according to the game's information, he is good when it comes to the adventure. This hero is excel in adventures. Some of the other heroes are actually as well having the same thing. But yeah, for now, he's the main part of your team when it comes to the adventure. For the next part, other type of PvE, we can say if we go into the world and we want to be hunting growlies, we want to go for the jungles or whatever. So for that part, we need to be actually adding Victor in that marsh. The reason for that part is because he will be helping in the purpose of saving energy, saving time, making things even more faster for you when it comes to hunting rallies, because it's really taking time consuming, especially when it comes to the duel of the alliance duel, the day that it's required to be actually doing boomers. Then it's really good to actually add him into the marsh, so it will be saving more time, more energy, so you're able to do more rallies to be getting even more points and help your own and your alliance. As well as there is other type of events that will be coming along. Like if we go over here, we have in the Dark Zone OPS. This one is really good to be working around. For this part, gonna be actually the PVP, because here if we check the storage or the barrack or whatever, the barrack, all the barracks here is actually gonna be like an arena fight. You're gonna be fighting other teams that having actual heroes. And in this part, it's really good to use heroes that's actually suitable for the PvP, because then it will be getting things done faster. You're not consuming any type of energy in here, or it's not an PvE event. So it's all around the PvP. Yeah, there is the 3 new zones that have got added. We have in the Derelict, the Hidden Laboratory, and the Fallen Shelter. These 3 they are not connected to heroes, at least not in a direct way. It's connected to some other aspect into the game, like the research, truck speed or power, and so on. And to be working around building your trucks, you simply just go to troops. And here one of the things that to be considered when it comes to the PvP part, mostly gonna be the function, the counter function. And the reason for that part gonna be by using the counter function, you can actually get more damage that is your troops to the enemy team. Like in my situation, I'm using the fighters. The fighters is the counter to the riders. So anyone who's having a rider team or a rider affinity in the effect, then I will be actually dealing more damage. And the damage percentage is 5% when using 4. The more you use from the same affinity, the more damage you would start with 15% for a team with 3 heroes from the same faction, and it's 35% when we're using a complete truck from the same faction. So this is really important to be aware of when it comes to the PvP, like an arena as an example. Yeah, when it comes to Capital Clash, this will be a bit of a struggle, but it is sortable. When building the trucks, one of the things that's really extremely important to be aware of, going to be actually try your best to be having each truck having or following the same auction heroes. For the first one, at least for me, I'm using 4 of the same faction. That's why it's really helping out to increasing the damage. It can be helping to even deal more damage or beat someone that is actually stronger than you with maybe 300,000, etc. So yeah, it's really important. So we're basically going to be building 3 trucks with this part, each one of them having a different function, and it will be helping in the long term. One of the things that I forgot to mention, that when it comes to the PvE and gathering, it's important to be applying, like say, let's pick one of the gathering spots. I have one of you. When you press on it and you start gathering, to be having this option enabled, apply gathering recommended lineup, and that will be adding the heroes that is suitable for making this gathering and this specific resource faster. It's not going to permanently change your truck. It's only when this truck is sent to gather in this specific time. When it's returned, then it will be returned the same way like how it have been before. So yeah, this is pretty much the complete way that you should be knowing if you're a beginner into Dark War Survival, or if you're a player that is already playing the game, but you maybe have missed this kind of things. This will be helping you to be aware of literal every single thing into the game, especially when it comes to building your trucks. I hope it will be helping you to be able to find your way into building your trucks. This is well, let's say it's not 100% actually guide, but at least you're going to be having the base core of the information to be able to do it in a proper way that will be helping to be making your progression into the game easier and faster. If I missed anything or if you have a different opinion, feel free to be sharing it with us in the comments. I'll be more than happy to actually hear your opinions, as well as if you find my content is helping to you, make sure to be you, liking the video, subscribe to this channel, and considering to be becoming a member to the channel. It's really a great way to be helping the channel. It helps me to be making more content or help to be improving my content. You all wasn't the one. Till then, take care and enjoy your game.